everyone who clicked on this video. My name is TayRB. If you are new and if you are not, welcome back. Thank you to everyone who always comes back and vibes with me. Thank you to new subscribers. Also to those of you who comment and show me love. I appreciate it so much, okay? Now, I have a pick a card for you guys today. On my very first herb reading, somebody commented that they wanted me to read Birds in Flight. And I forgot who it was, but if you're watching, hey, I'm finally getting this reading up for you. Did I try to go outside and actually read birds flying around? Yes, I did. Did it fucking fail? Yes, it did. So what I'm doing instead is I have printed out pictures of flocks of birds in flight for you guys, and I am going to be reading those pictures for you guys today. Now, I had a lot of trouble getting this reading together for y'all because I wanted to print the pictures out in color, but then my printer broke and I had to like go outside and go to the library and like print the pictures out, and it was only available in black and white. So I am sorry for that. Y'all know I love my colors, but unfortunately that wasn't an option for me for this reading. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking and we're gonna hop into the reading. I have 3 piles as usual. We have 3 different bracelets here. Pile number 1 is to your left and pile number 3 is to your right. Oh wait, I almost forgot the intuitive cards for the pick a card portion of this video. So let me go ahead and grab those real quick for y'all. So we have pile 1. Gonna shuffle and do it on camera. We have pile 1. Pile 2 and pile number 3. Okay, so this is for the pick a card portion of the reading, which y'all know is going to be more towards the end. But anyway, I'm gonna have all of the timestamps linked for you guys in the description box down below as usual, and I will see you at your pile. Hello to everyone who picked pile number 1. This is going to be your reading on what do people assume about you. We have your intuitive card over here that you chose, but of course we're going to take a look at that later on. Y'all already know how these types of readings work. We're going to read your birds in flight first, and then we'll do the pick a card portion at the end. Now, I am so sorry that your picture is in black and white, but my printer broke this morning, so I had to run outside in like 10-degree weather and get this printed out, and it was only available in black and white. So it's okay, we're going to work with it. But let's go ahead and get started on your reading. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already, okay? And talk to me in the comment section down below. All right, let's go ahead and get started for pile number 1. So right off the bat, I am seeing some sort of podium here, or you standing in front of a podium. You could be a public speaker of some sort, or use your voice for something, or you deliver a message to an audience here, pile number 1. And I'm seeing a very large crowd here. So people could assume that you are very skilled at whatever you do, because it seems like you have a lot of people who are watching you, a lot of people who are flocking to you. Like I said, you could be a public speaker of some sort, or go around making speeches, a motivational speaker. You could have a social media platform where you have a lot of subscribers or followers, but you deliver some sort of message here, pile number 1. Sorry if you guys hear that in the background. That is my cat. He is eating. Now, people feel like, or people assume rather, that you are kind of like uppity or bougie, because I'm also seeing right here somebody with a very large nose or a very long nose. But it's kind of like up in the air. So people could think that you're a little bougie or a little bit high maintenance is what it is. Some people could think you a liar maybe, or maybe you stretch the truth just from this nose being so elongated here. Yes, but I am saying that people assume that you are very high maintenance, that you need a lot of attention. I'm hearing that if somebody were to date you, they would really have to kind of set the bar high, because it seems like whatever you are doing right now, you're already very successful in. And so it really doesn't feel like you need anybody for anything. And so the people who step up to you romantically or even platonically, they feel like they have to be on their shit or maybe have their shit together, because what is coming through here is that you are very successful in whatever you do, and people can think that or assume that you have like a lot of money in your bank account. Now, either there are some people who think that you could be a little two-faced, or you have two sides to you, because I'm seeing a head, but it has a face on both sides. So, oh, you could have eyes in the back of your head. And that means that there's a lot of people who assume that you know everything or they can't get anything past you, right? So you could have gifts here, is what that is telling me. Your third eye could be open. You could be psychic. You could be a medium, or something like that, because it just seems like people expect you to see everything or think you know everything, or something along those lines. If that's not it, because I'm seeing eyes in like multiple places, I feel like you could be a very important person, maybe like a boss or some sort, and people look up to you and they come to you for guidance, or maybe you like, because the example that I'm being given is like the mob, right? Like you can't get nothing past the mob boss because he know everybody. He got men like everywhere. Not saying that you are involved in anything like that, pal number one, but it just seems like people feel like they can't get nothing past you, or people assume that if they do something, you will find out about it, you will figure it out, you will know about it. And it is kind of scary to some people. If you have gifts here and you are new to coming into your gifts, there are people who assume that you are lying, or you don't know what you're talking about, or you just feel like you psychic, or blah blah blah. But if you're a little bit more experienced here and you have some sort of following, because I'm saying that that could be an option as well, then you could have lost a lot of friends. Let's just say that you could have like a very small friend group, because it seems like as you were starting to ascend or starting to arise, maybe some people got spooked, or they felt like you were all up in their business, or the closer that they got to you, the more things that you would know about them. And so it seems like they started to kind of maybe like distance themselves. So if that's happened to you, it's only because those people assume that as long as they are around you, you just gonna be in their business or know their business, or maybe they feel like they can't snake you or lie to you or get over on you, or, you know, something along those lines. But yeah, people assume that you have a lot of money though, and it's really focused on the way that you dress. All right, you could wear really expensive clothing, name brand, or high-end clothing, or however you put yourself together just seems to be very physically appealing. All right, you could be, well, I'm not saying physically attractive yet, but just the way that you put yourself together looks very expensive. Okay. So you could identify as a witch here, or you could do some sort of manifestation, some sort of magic, some sort of rituals. There are people who assume, I don't know, that you're into some dark shit, because what I'm seeing is like somebody who works with maybe like darker sort of energies, or maybe people assume that you work with darker sort of energies. And I'm seeing some sort of exchange being made here. So it could be some people assume that you done sold your soul to the devil, or you work with some sort of darker energy to get to gain the success that you have. I'm seeing candles, so you could be into candle magic. But I'm seeing like you talking to some sort of like darker entity here. So people could really assume that you are talking to some sort of dark energy. And those are obviously probably people from the outside looking in, not anybody who you know personally, because it seems like this is coming in like through the grapevine sort of situation. There is some masculines watching this particular pile or this particular reading here. And you are very physically attractive, at least in the face. So your face is very nice, and I'm seeing somebody with like really thick eyebrows and like a really chiseled type of face, and I'm not really seeing like a body yet. It's just kind of like a floating head, which is really weird to me. But you are very, very handsome, and there's something about, I don't know, your hands or something like that. I don't know, I'm seeing somebody who is very, very strong. People assume that because of the way that you look or because of your face, that's so weird to come through the way it's coming through. But that you mess with a lot of people, or maybe you have had a lot of partners, or you have a lot of options. Come on, Nemesis, I'm busy. What do you want? What's up? Come here. You just want to be pet. You just want some love. Come here, get down. All right, sorry about that, guys. My cat is really trying to get my attention right now. He is just all over the place. Okay, all right. So if you are a feminine here, I'm also saying that you could be very beautiful in the face, because I just heard something about pretty privilege, which tells me that whoever is watching this video, people think that you, or assume that you have gotten as far as you have based off of your looks, okay? And maybe not so much skill, but your looks have definitely helped you get where you are in life. People assume that you're very, very happy, though. It looks like whatever you are putting out there on social media, or from what people can see, they assume that you live a very, very happy, fulfilling life here. Pile number one, it seems like you're very financially stable. You could be very successful in whatever business or whatever career field that you are in, and very prosperous. People think of you as very, very stable, very, very secure. And so I feel like when people think of you, they definitely think of security, or they definitely think of high end sort of thing. A lot of people, I feel like, assume that you are going to be rich if you are not rich already. Some of you guys who are watching this particular pile could already be very wealthy. People assume that you have very, very good judgment here, pile number one, as well, because it just seems like that everything you touch kind of works out for you. Things that you touch turn to gold. And so it's like whatever project or anything that you start, it just seems to be successful. So you could really be an advisor here. You could be like a financial advisor, or just know what to do with money. And some people, hold on, y'all, my cat is really on one right now. Hey, Nemesis, come here. Yo, he just like, he don't even care right now. This is crazy. And I don't even remember where I left off, but yeah, it just seems like people assume that you're a very, very stable person. Now, I'm getting like some earth energy here. You could be an earth sign. You definitely don't have to be, but I'm getting like some sort of stubborn type of energy. You could be a Taurus, don't necessarily have to be, but I feel like that you know what you're talking about, or people feel like you know what you're talking about. So you might not really take advice from anyone else, or have very few people who you feel like you could take advice from, because you are normally the advice giver. And so people think that things could be very one-sided with you. Or maybe if you ask their opinion, people could be a little bit intimidated to give you their opinion or give you advice, because maybe you could come across as a little bit of, not a know-it-all, but if you were to go and ask for somebody for advice, they'd be like, well, why does, you know, pile number one need advice from me? Because they seem to have it all together. But people assume that you are a very balanced person as well, because I'm being shown the two head things again. So I feel like you have two very distinct sides to you. Somebody who can get work done and be serious, and somebody who can also go out and have a good time. So I see somebody who's very, very balanced, or people just assume that you are a very, very balanced person. People also assume that they will have nothing to offer you. If they wanted to be in your life or make some sort of, I don't know why it's coming through as some sort of exchange, but people feel like that. What's a good example? Like let's say you're trying to buy a gift for somebody who has everything. It's kind of like that sort of thing, where people feel like if they come into your life, they really wouldn't have anything to offer you. Because you have everything, or it just seems like you have everything together. Okay, man, that's reading's getting a little long. All right, let's go ahead and flip over this intuitive card. People listen to you. Pile number one. People care about what you have to say. There's some sort of status here, or social status, or just, I don't know, I'm just hearing status. So you could be, like I said before, a boss or a business owner, or have some sort of following, because it seems like people look up to you, and people assume that you, like I said, you know what you're talking about. Let's go ahead and grab some other cards. My pile number one, what do people assume about them? All right, we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Water. Look at that, 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck before I started shuffling. So we're gonna keep going. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords. All right, so check this out. Like I was saying before, people think that you are very, very financially stable here. We have the Nine of Pentacles, and then we also have the 10 of Pentacles pop out a little bit. But you see this little man over here, pile number one, and you see this woman. You're this woman. It's like you have outgrown a lot of people who you don't talk to anymore, or people just see you as someone who has a lot more experience than they do, right? Like a lot of people feel like they're not even on your level, right? Like you don't even see them in your world. Like you just have this lavish life, or this life that people look up to, and it's just like you're preoccupied with like real, now I don't want to say real shit, but you're just, you know, preoccupied with creating the life that you want, that, you know, you make a lot of people feel like they're like a non-motherfucking factor, or like you don't even see them here. With the Queen of Water here, you could be very intuitive or psychic, like I was saying earlier in the reading. So you could be a reader or a medium, or give some sort of spiritual advice here. But with the Queen of Water, people really come to you for reliable advice, and they trust what you say here with the Queen of Water. You seem to have a very, very balanced personality. You seem to have a lot of self-love and self-confidence. And with the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Water, in both of these cards, these women are alone. So you could just be very, very independent here. You might not necessarily be in a relationship, but it's just like I was saying earlier, like, people can't offer you anything, right? Like, people who want to date you romantically have to come correct, right? Because you don't need anybody for anything else. And with this Three of Pentacles here, whatever you do for work, baby, you are amazing at it, regardless if it's a business, if you're a boss, you know, whatever it is. Now, with this Five of Air here, you just untouchable, right? You see this hand reaching out for this woman. Like, people feel like they can't have you. They can't have you, but you probably have a lot of secret admirers in this pile, because this hand that is just like sticking out from the corner, it's like you have a lot of people who are interested in you, but because you have so much going for yourself and people feel like you don't even see them, I doubt a lot of people even reach out to you, pile number one, because that's just the vibe that I am getting. All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up with a couple oracle cards, because I don't want your reading to get too long. Split the deck. We got Privileged Lady and Pathway. All right, you are on the road to success, and people feel like you're gonna be rich, right? Like, if you're not rich already, you're very wealthy already, people feel like you are just, look, you are on your way there, pile number one. Okay. All right, we have Lovers coming out, and then we have Change here. All right, we also have Bad Health. It came out in the reverse, but I'm taking these cards upright. Okay, so with Lovers here, you do, like I said before, you have a lot of people who are interested in you and really see you as this stable person who they can really start a relationship with or a family with. But like I said, you might not get approached by many people because of them not being confident enough to approach you. But with Change here, I feel like you're very adaptable and you embrace change. I feel like if something is not working for you, you go and you sit and you meditate, you do whatever you got to do to really come out on top or really be innovative and make it work in your favor. We have Bad Health here. It came out in the reverse. I'm going to take it upright and in the reverse. But with Bad Health, I'm really seeing this as some sort of transformation that you have went through. And so you could have been at a point in your life where maybe you weren't as healthy, regardless if that's physical or if you have some sort of illness or something like that. But instead of letting that keep you down, I feel like you've really transformed into this beautiful person and have life by the balls, and you have not let whatever issue that you are having define you. It could be really physical health, mental health, and that you've had to do a lot of inner work to really come out on top, pile number one. All right, last card, because y'all reading is long. Look at this. Split the deck. We got Career and Commitment. What y'all do for work? Y'all gonna give me a job? Okay. What does pile number one do for work? I need some tips. All right, we have New Beginnings here. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have Grieving, which is very interesting here. So with New Beginnings here, I feel like, well, with New Beginnings and Grieving, I feel like you have really transformed into a whole new person. With this Grieving, I just feel like you have really, you're grieving your past self. Like, people who used to know you, like back in the day, pile number one, like in like high school, pile number one, probably don't even recognize you. Okay, so if you are on like Facebook or any type of social media or anything like that, people just really feel like you are a whole new person. So with Grieving here, I just feel like you've really transformed into a whole new person. And with these new beginnings here, I feel like you are finally starting your life as your new self. Also with Grieving, I feel like some of you guys do have the ability to communicate with the dead. You could be a medium here, and so you could be that middle point between like that life and death, and you could really help out people who are grieving in your workplace. Okay, but definitely a lot of shadow work, definitely a lot of transformation for this pile, and people can see it. All right, it's this glow to you, this glow up, and you have a lot of people's attention here, pile number one. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap your reading up there. Hopefully you enjoyed this reading. Let me know in the comment section down below, okay? And I will see you guys next time. Hello to everyone who has chosen pile number 2. This is going to be your reading on what do people assume about you, okay? So we have your intuitive card over here. Of course, we're going to take a look at that later at the end when we do the pick a card portion of this reading. All right, but we're going to start with the birds in flight reading. Sorry, this picture is in black and white. My printer broke and it was a whole mess. But it's all right. We're going to go ahead and do it anyway. Okay, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you have not already. Talk to me in the comment section down below and let me know how you feel about these type of videos, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get started with pile number 2. Now I can see immediately, pile number 2, that you have such a big heart, or people assume that you are a very loving and caring person. By what they can see, family is really coming through to me strong here. You could have a very big family. You could be close with your family. You could have children if you chose this pile, or your kids or your family are very, very important to you. All right, I'm hearing that you really keep them up and they look like well put together, but there's a lot of love here. I feel like you're a very giving person, or people assume that, I don't know, that you have a lot of love to give. I don't know, it's weird the way that is coming through for me. But I just see a very, very positive person. People assume that they could come and talk to you about anything, pile number 2, without fear of being judged. All right, you are really giving me very motherly type of energy, very like hospitality like type of energy. And so people just assume that they have a safe space when they come and talk to you. I don't know if this is going to be a good or a bad thing. Just take it how it resonates. But people assume that they could come and ask you for help and you will help them. I guess it's not a bad thing, right? But the way that I was being shown is like, let's say people need to, like, I don't know, maybe like borrow some money or something, like, you know, pile number 2 would be willing to help. And I feel like people assume that you've been through something here, because I am seeing something a little bit dark here, but it's just like, I feel like you've been through a lot of things, pile number 2. It could have been just like multiple deaths in your family or in people around you, or maybe like a really, really bad relationship or something that people know about. But people are very surprised and impressed about the way, I guess, you came out of all of that, and really still kept a good heart, or a big heart, or still have kept the attitude that you have. Because it seems like at some point pile number 2 might have been like fucked over or something, and it could have been public for people to see, or you could have just like struggled, or like you just, you know, something happened. But love is coming through very, very strongly here from my pile number 2. I don't know, there's something about a relationship coming through for pile number 2, like a really significant relationship. And this is weird because I know this is what people assume about you, but pile number 2 could have been through some sort of abusive relationship that's coming through heavy. Give me 1 second. We're gonna take a look real quick at why this is coming through. That we have the 3 of Swords, we have the Ace of Wands, and we have the Hangman. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Sun card. Yes, there's that happiness for pile number 2. Yeah, it seems like you were stuck in some situation. So I guess it's what I was touching on earlier about how you have been through a lot of heartbreak. You've been in situations to where you feel like you were stuck or you couldn't escape, whatever that may be for you. But it's like you really found your happiness, or you really found a way to come out on top. Because with this Ace of Wands here, I'm being really drawn to how muscular this arm is. And so really for pile number 2, it's just like what did not kill you really did make you stronger here, and you really did come out on top regardless of whatever, you know, it was. But I really do feel like you kept your soft side, because I'm seeing this child just pet this horse, and you still are very loving and very nurturing. All right, with whatever you know, went through. All right, let's go ahead and continue for my pile number 2. You could be very religious if you chose this pile, or very spiritual, very, very grateful. People just assume that you are very grateful for everything that you have. You could speak that a lot, like God is good all the time, or just like give a lot of credit to the Most High. Pile number 2, you could really be a free spirit. You could be a creative if you chose this pile, like really artistic. You could like to dance, you could like to sing, you could like to paint or something like that, or you could like to create something or have a hobby that you love to do. There's something coming through about your legs as well. You could have really long legs, or maybe tattoos or something. Oh, some of y'all have like a lot of tattoos, like more than usual, and people think those are really, really nice. Some of you could even be tattoo artists if you chose this pile, or like to, like I said, paint or something like that. But there's something very artistic and very creative about this pile. You could even write music if you chose this pile. There's something coming through about a walk, pile number 2. You got this walk that people notice, and people just assume I don't know, some people could assume that I don't know, like I don't get like a cocky tone, but maybe you're just very, very confident or something, or people like the way you walk. Maybe it's like this sachet or something, but something about your legs, something about the way you walk. Oh, maybe you're a model or something like that if you chose this pile. Okay, but it just seems like for this pile, if you were in some sort of like toxic relationship or toxic situation, people assume that you were gonna, like, I don't know, maybe like not come out of it or something like that. But then you came out of it and you grew up, and like now you on top, and now you're very confident, and you're either very, very happy in another relationship, because the relationship for some reason or it's coming through heavy, or maybe you're married and you have like your family now and like you cool, or something like that. Or maybe you just like I said, got out of that situation and really found your happiness. But it just seems like you are all about what makes you happy, pile number 2. And you really spread this light. People assume that they could just come up and talk to you, that you be down for anything is what I'm hearing, that you like to go out and things like that. There's something coming through about kids in this pile as well. You could be a teacher or really like kids, or like I was saying earlier, kids are well put together. People could come to you for, I don't know, what, advice about kids or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Pile number 2. Let's see. There is a lot coming up about pile number 2's past, okay? So what this is telling me is there are a lot of people from your past who are watching you, okay? And it seems like you have had some sort of massive glow up here, pile number 2, some sort of shift. You could have been like an ugly duckling or something in grammar school or high school, or because I'm seeing like teasing or like pimples on the face. Not to say if you have like acne or anything that you are ugly, but what is coming through is a lot of like past trauma. And so it seems like a lot of people who may have caused you this trauma in the past, who are looking at you now, really expected you to like, or really assume that you were gonna take that and internalize it, or you were never going to break out of your shell, or you were never going to heal and be happy. And now you're just thriving. Okay, there's something about you being very beautiful here, pile number 2. And I'm telling you, people, I know it's gonna sound like messed up, but I guess like people didn't think that you would grow up to look the way you do. Maybe you have like a body type that is desired like nowadays, but people just, I feel like people didn't assume that you would grow up to appear the way that you do. All right, because I'm seeing a very, very beautiful individual here. And people could assume that you got some work done as well, is what's coming through. Okay, this has nothing to do with what people assume about you, but this is like I'm being asked to touch on this. If you're single, pile number 2, you have like a love interest or something coming in, something stable. So there's that. But let's go ahead and take a look at this intuitive card. This pile was like really kind of straightforward. There's not a lot of like gossip on you, or not a lot of like assumptions. You just seem to, other than, you know, people watching you from your past and things like that, which is cool. You don't have a lot of people who just like assume like terrible things, or, you know, anything like that. All right, so yes, a pile number 2, there's some sort of confidence about you, or people feel like you went from not being confident in yourself to being like the most confident person ever. And you know, the people from your past are watching, definitely snooping on your social media. But I feel like can't nobody say anything bad about you, because you're a nice person. Like, I don't feel like you genuinely are out to get people. I feel like you stand up for yourself now, but I just really get this good kind of soft, sunny energy from pile number 2, like you would give people the shirt off of your back. And so there's not a lot of like hate or like gossip around you, or people, you know, assuming like really like bad things. So let's go ahead and grab some oracle cards for my pile number 2. All right, what do people assume about my pile number 2? All right, we have willpower. We have transformation. And then we have freedom coming out. Bottom of the deck, we have truth. See, yeah, you, pile number 2 done like blew up, or came out of like a really bad situation here, especially with this freedom, this willpower, and this transformation. You could have been through, like I said, like multiple deaths or something in your family, addictions, or pile number 2 has had a very, very hard experience in something. Okay, it's going to be different for all of you, but I feel like you have really come out on top. Okay. Especially with willpower here, like people just, I'm telling you, people do not expect you to come out the person that you are today for some reason. And people assume about my pile number 2. All right, we have observer, we have come to the edge, we had go the distance at the bottom of the deck. Let's get one more of these cards. And then we have by the book. We have truth be told. We have truth and truth be told. People think that you're a very honest person, pile number 2. Like I said, like you're not out to get them. Like they could come and like talk to you and you're not gonna like fuck them over, which is amazing. It's like pile number 2 has a heart of gold, and you know, there are not a lot of people out here in these streets like this pile number 2, especially with everything that you've been through. Okay, and people have observed, right, like all of your, you know, trials and tribulations, and see you and have seen you come out on top and transform into this beautiful individual that you have now. And you really had to step outside of your comfort zone here with Come to the Edge and Freedom. And it wasn't hard. I mean, it wasn't easy. Excuse me. It wasn't easy for you, pile number 2, to grow into the person that you were here with by the book. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you had to work very, very hard to, you know, get to where you are today. And when I say that, it's like maybe you aren't a very lucky person, right? Maybe things didn't come easy to you. So you had to work your ass off to get out of your situation. You had to work your ass off to just, like I said, get where you are in life, but you're still a very, very nice person on top of all that, which is definitely saying something. All right, we're gonna get a few tarot cards and then we're gonna wrap it up for pile number 2. We hit the Ace of Swords. Pile number 2 telling the truth, okay? Pile number 2 is not gonna lie to you. All right, they're not gonna spare your feelings or nothing. All right, what do people assume about my pile number 2? Let's see, we have the Lovers. See, you see what I'm talking about? Something just keep coming out about this, you know, relationship. We have the Devil in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, pile number 2 has escaped some sort of toxic karmic connection or something. Let's get one more. And then we'll end it. And then we have the 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, pile number 2 has come out on top. I don't want to keep repeating myself because the same thing keeps coming out about how, you know, you are this amazing person here, pile number 2, that has been through a lot, and now you are finally, you know, getting the rewards and looking amazing while you do it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave your reading there. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today, pile number 2. Let me know if you liked it in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Hello to everyone who chose pile number 3. This is going to be your reading on what people assume about you. All right, so we got your intuitive card over here, which we're going to take a look at towards the end of the reading once we get to the pick a card portion, okay? But we're going to start off with these birds in flight. The picture is in black and white because my printer broke, so I had to go elsewhere to print it, but it's all right. We're gonna do it anyway. So let's go ahead and get started. Don't forget to like this video, okay, or subscribe if you have not already, and then talk to me in the comment section down below and let me know if y'all like this type of reading. All right, so pile number 3. Right off the bat, immediately, you have a lot of people who are watching you, and you have a lot of people assuming that you have a lot of people who are watching you, or a lot of people who have their eye on you for some reason. People assume that you have a lot of suitors here, or you have a lot of people who are interested in you, and that you have a lot of people who come and try to like hit on you or talk to you like it's just a daily thing for you. There's an emphasis on your body here. So you can be very physically attractive, or you could work out, or you could just like I don't know, something about your body here for this pile. So you have a lot of people who are watching you. I feel like you are in a period of your life where if you do have a nice body, and of course everybody has a nice body, I think it's like you putting it like on display. Like it's just like something that you putting out there where people could see you. And people people assume that you fucking feeling yourself, pal number 3. Like, the energy is really like a don't hate me because I'm beautiful type of energy. And you do have some people who hate you because you are beautiful. That is so funny. All right, so people just assume that you have some people here who assume that you're a little bit sneaky type of thing, like they wouldn't bring you around a man type of situation or their significant other because they feel like either you are going to like outshine them or get all of the attention. You have some people who do assume that you be doing extra shit to get attention. Yo, I don't know what it is about this pile. All right, and we're not going to touch on it for too much, but there's a lot of gossip on this pile, or a lot of people who are like side-eyeing you for some reason. I feel like people assume that you think that you're better than them. Like, they think that you think that that you're better than them, but I don't think that's how you feel. All right, we're gonna move on from the gossip because there's definitely a lot of people who are viewing you somewhere. I'm seeing a martini glass here. So a lot of people could assume that you like to drink or like to indulge. Some people assume that you maybe overindulge. It seems like pile number 3 be going out or something like that. You could go out a lot. You could like to travel, or you could just post pictures of yourself out with your friends or having fun. People could are assuming that you are a really fun person, and people would like to go out with you. Like, you have some people who like want to go out and party with you and like kick it with you because you just seem like you're always into something. And it's not even necessarily like a club scene with pile number 3. I just feel like you go to maybe like a lot of different events, or you try a lot of different things, or you go to a lot of different places where maybe the people who you grew up around would not necessarily be exposed to or think would be fun, and then you show up there and you, I don't know, post it on Instagram or Facebook or, you know, what have you, and people think that it's interesting. I feel like people assume that your life is so exciting, even if it's not. People just assume that your life is really exciting compared to their lives. And you do have a lot of people who are comparing themselves to you, or comparing their life to your life for whatever reason. Pile number 3 could have been attracted to another pile as well. Yo, I don't know, man. I feel like somebody is in pile number 3 is like famous or something. I don't know. Or maybe people assume that you are going to be famous, or you think you famous. I'm just seeing like roll the red carpet out for pile number 3. Or maybe you walk around like you're famous or some shit. I don't know. Yo, people view you like you could be a Taurus or a Libra if you chose this pile. Like, that's just like real like Venusian energy, real like goddess, pretty girl type of energy. People could view you as being very girly, or just like pretty, like people could think that you real kind of like pile number 3 don't wash dishes, like, ew, I would never touch that type of shit. Oh, Jesus. It's like some sort of angelic energy about pile number 3. People assume that you're very confident. You have a lot of people who fantasize about you. You real slick, or you have a lot of people who are assuming that you real slick. You could have like a sharp tongue or like a comeback. I just heard a smart ass mouth. People could feel like you got a smart mouth, or just like you just real slick, but it works for you. Because I'm being shown like a fox. You could be like a smooth talker. Like, pile number 3 know how to get what they want. People just assume that you know how to get the things that you want in life, because it seems like you have what you want in life. I see see a really fast-paced energy here in pile number 3. Some people could assume that you keep yourself busy or go out a lot because you are trying to cover up something or not deal with something, if that makes sense. I'm seeing a lot of travel. Pile number 3 could like to travel. I see you sitting at a table doing something on a surface of a table. I don't know. Let's see. What is that? What is this table surface thing? I don't understand. I don't know why I always bring this pen out, right? So I always bring it out because I'm like, oh, I'm going to point here and point there, and I never fucking use it. What is this? We have peace. Blessings. What is pile number 3? What is this? What's up with this table? We have freedom. We have psychic abilities. Oh, you could be a tarot reader. No shit, right? A table. You sitting at a table doing something. You could like read tarot cards or, you know, display your psychic ability. That's why they were saying that you should have been attracted to a different pile. I'm not going to say which one. Haha. But then we have career when I split the deck as well. And then we had freedom. So yeah, you could display like your psychic abilities as a career. That's why there's a lot of people watching you. Wow, that took me so long to fucking get there. All right, let's move on. You have a lot of people who fantasize about you. I think I said that earlier. You have a lot of people who have sexual fantasies about you, pile number 3. That's where all this gossip is coming from. That's how people are seeing you. Pile number 3 is on the internet. Okay? Pile number 3 has a lot of competition. Okay? And pile number 3, like I said before, has a lot of people comparing themselves to whatever you do. I'm sorry if y'all hear that in the background. That's my cat. He is eating. I'm seeing like a bumblebee or like a hornet or something like that. People could feel like, maybe assume that you're gonna like, I don't know, stab them in the back or sting them. I don't know, maybe a bumblebee or a hornet is significant to you guys in some sort of way. Let me know in the comment section down below. People, you have people assuming that you are going to reject them as well. I think I said that earlier. You on your way to the top, pile number 3. You have some people who are assuming that you are climbing the ladder to success, that you're going to be very successful, or you are already very successful. Oh, you have some people. Yo, check this out, pile number 3. You have some people who see you as the stairway to success. Like they assume, like if they can get in good with you or be your friend or whatever, like, you know, like if you get to the top, like you're going to take them with you. So definitely be aware of that, whoever you are, pile number 3, because you got some people who want to be your friend for clout. All right, ain't even gonna cap. Look at all these eyes. Oh my God, let me find out. Pile number 3 got a whole bunch of evil eyes. Y'all be careful out here in these streets. There is somebody who is fucking mad here, okay? There is somebody who is very, very upset. I'm gonna see what this is about. Let me see what this is about. My pile number 3, who is that? have Strength. We have the Queen of Wands. And then we have the Knave of Pentacles. We have the Two of Wands, which is the Two of Fire. Okay. So with this Two of Fire here, it could be people from a distance from you, right? Go figure. People who are watching you. Or if it's not that, it could be somebody like really close to you here. Somebody who you like hang out with. Somebody who could potentially be not so friendly. Remember I was talking about people who think that you are their meal ticket or something like that, because we have this Strength, the Queen of Wands, and the Knave of Earth. So it seems like you out here just, look, Queen of Wands being beautiful, talented, in your bag type of shit. And then you have this Strength card. It's somebody who really doesn't want to let you go, or just I'm gonna cover that up because y'all see what she's hugging, but it could be a past lover for some of you, or like a friend. But it seems like since you have been on your own thing, or maybe just busy or preoccupied, you might not have time for this friend anymore, especially with this Knave of Earth. They feel kind of left out, lonely, like things are moving slow, or feel like you have elevated in some sort of way here with this Knave of Earth, because this is a page and then this is a queen, and so they feel like you are kind of like leaving them behind, right? Like y'all not on the same level or like the same status anymore with this Knave of Earth here, or just like things are going slow in their life and you are really kind of, you know, living it up, and it seems like their life is at a standstill or something like that. So they mad. All right, let's go ahead and let me see. This is getting a little long. Go ahead and flip over your intuitive card. What do people assume about my pile number 3? People assume that you are just very confident in yourself. You're always going to stand your ground. You're always going to fight for what you believe in. And, you know, you really not here for taking nobody's shit, pile number 3. And also that you're very protected. Let's see. What do people assume about pile number 3? In the reading, look, this 10 of Cups, Ace of Earth, 3 of Swords. We got the 8 of Pentacles. Pile number 3 is amazing at whatever they do for work. Y'all let me know if y'all from a different pile. But with this 10 of Cups, it's like, look at this goddess energy. Remember earlier I was talking about like y'all body and just like how you're really like feminine and girly. Even if you're masculine here, you don't have to be feminine and girly, but it's just like you're really in whatever energy you're in. And with this 10 of Cups, it's just like your people's like happily ever after dream come true. Like people are assuming that you are living your dream, or you're very well off. With this Ace of Pentacles here, you're a very, very stable person is what people are assuming. You have a very, very beautiful face, okay? Pile number 3 got that body, and pile number 3 got that face. All right. You could look like this woman on this picture. It doesn't matter what shade you are, but you could have like really like nice eyes and lips, nose, all that. But with this 3 of Swords here, people are definitely viewing you as some sort of heartbreaker here with this 3 of Swords. Like, okay. Or remember when I was saying earlier that people just kind of like assume that you are always going out or doing stuff to kind of cover up or mask the pain that you're going through. Blah, blah, blah. All right, we have the Courage card coming out, and we got Happiness. Bottom of the deck, we got Transformation. You could be a Leo if you chose this pile. Definitely doesn't have to be, but people are seeing you step up and step into your power and step into yourself. Very courageous. And people think that you're very happy, or assume that you're very happy, right? You living your best life. Like I said, you could be just traveling or just doing what you want to do. And, you know, people don't have the balls to, you know, step outside of their comfort zone. And it seems like when you want to do something, you do it. And it works out for you. And then people are just watching. With the 10 of Cups here also, pile number 3, you could have like a happy family or something like that, or you could have found the person like who you want to be with, right? So we have gift, of course. Some of you guys are psychic here, intuitive, so people are very impressed with your gifts. All right, or some people are just viewing you as a gift to the world, or whatever you do, you take your gifts and you give it away, okay? To help the collective, the community, what have you. All right, we have mature woman. People look at you as very mature, very well put together, very elegant here. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be older in age, although you could be. But people are just seeing you as a very mature person. I feel like this pal has experienced a lot of growth. And then we'll take one last card. We have unexpected income. And we have courtship. Yes, you have a lot of people who really want to date you, really want to ask you out. And then, of course, we already know people think pile number 3 is getting money, all right? Or you have had some sort of unexpected income that has helped you out. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap your reading up there. We're going to end it. Let me know if you liked it in the comment section. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.